Hello, friends, this is the third part of the video about numbers don't lie, how I fought back against bullies and found myself enjoy the video. The plan to expose Tyler required patience and precision, but luckily, those were two things I was good at. With Melissa and Mr. Bennett's help, I decided to set a trap, one that Tyler wouldn't see coming. Step 1 was leveraging the upcoming chess club tournament. It was an internal event held at school, and Tyler, of course, was participating. Since he'd been spreading rumors about my supposed cheating, I knew he'd be gunning for me. But this time, I had the upper hand. The night before the tournament, I stayed up late preparing. I studied common traps and gambits Tyler liked to use, and I practiced countering them until I could do it in my sleep. I also made sure to bring my notebook with all the documented incidents. It was time to share it with someone in authority. The next morning, I arrived early and met with Mr. Bennett in his classroom. "Are you sure about this, Jake?" he asked, flipping through my notes. "Positive," I said. "He's been messing with me for weeks. If I don't stand up to him now, it's just going to get worse." Mr. Bennett nodded, his expression serious. "I'll back you up, but you need to stay calm. Don't let him rattle you." When the tournament began, the tension in the room was palpable. Students and teachers had gathered to watch, and Tyler wasted no time playing to the crowd. "Hope you're ready, Spaceboy," he said, flashing his usual smirk as we sat down for our match. I didn't respond. Instead, I focused on the board, letting the game pull me into its rhythm. At first, Tyler played aggressively, trying to throw me off balance with quick, flashy moves. But I'd studied his patterns, and I countered each one with calm, calculated precision. As the match wore on, his frustration became obvious. He started taking longer between moves, his cocky facade slipping. Finally, after nearly an hour of play, I cornered his king with a move so clean and unexpected that the room erupted in applause. "Checkmate," I said, my voice steady. Tyler stared at the board, his face pale. For the first time, he didn't have a clever comeback. But the real victory came after the match. As everyone was packing up, I approached the tournament organizer, Ms. Caldwell, one of the most respected teachers in the school. "Ms. Caldwell," I said, "there's something I think you need to see." I handed her my notebook, along with a typed summary of the incidents I documented. Melissa backed me up, sharing her own experiences and observations. Ms. Caldwell's face darkened as she read. "Thank you, Jake," she said. "I'll be looking into this immediately." The fallout from the chess tournament was immediate. Ms. Caldwell wasn't the kind of teacher to let things slide, especially when it came to bullying and dishonesty. She called Tyler into her office the very next day, and from what I heard, it didn't go well for him. Word spread quickly through the school that Tyler had been caught spreading false rumors and intentionally sabotaging others. Ms. Caldwell made sure the administration knew everything Melissa and I had shared, and they weren't happy. Tyler was stripped of his leadership roles in clubs and was put on academic probation. But the best part? The school issued a formal apology to me during the next math team meeting. Ms. Caldwell stood in front of the group and said, "Jake has demonstrated nothing but integrity and excellence in his work. Let this serve as a reminder that rumors and manipulation have no place in our community." The look on Tyler's face as she said those words? Priceless. After that, things started to shift. People who had doubted me, Priya, Liam, even some of the kids outside the math and chess clubs, began treating me differently. It wasn't like I suddenly became popular or anything, but the respect I'd lost was slowly being rebuilt. Tyler tried to play it cool, acting like he didn't care about the consequences. But his reputation was in shambles, and without his manipulative charm to back him up, he faded into the background. With Tyler out of the picture, I finally had the breathing room to focus on myself. Melissa and I became closer friends, and she even started joining me and Mr. Bennett after practice for extra problem-solving sessions. One day, during a particularly tricky math problem, Melissa looked over at me and said, "You know, you're not the same Jake you were a few months ago." "What do you mean?" I asked. "You're more confident," she said. "Like, you actually believe in yourself now. It's kind of inspiring." Her words stuck with me. She was right, I did feel different. For so long, I'd let people like Ryan and Tyler define who I was. But now, for the first time, I was starting to see myself the way Mr. Bennett and Melissa did, as someone capable of standing up, fighting back, and achieving great things. One afternoon, as I was leaving the library, I ran into Emily. I hadn't spoken to her since the gym incident months ago, and seeing her brought back a rush of mixed emotions. "Hey, Jake," she said, looking a little nervous. "Hi," I said, unsure where this was going. "I just wanted to say. I heard about what happened with Tyler," she said. "And I'm sorry. I should have said something sooner, but I didn't know how." I was stunned. Emily had always been part of the crowd that laughed at Ryan's jokes, but hearing her apologize made me realize she might have been just as scared as I was back then. "It's okay," I said. "I'm not mad." She smiled, and for the first time, it felt like we were on equal footing. Looking back, it's crazy to think how much has changed. I'm not the same introverted, insecure kid who used to hide in the library during lunch. I'm still not the loudest or the most popular, but I don't need to be. Mr. Bennett taught me to trust in my abilities, and Melissa showed me the power of standing up for what's right. Together, they helped me build a confidence I didn't know I had. If I could give advice to anyone going through what I did, it'd be this: don't let bullies define you. They only have power if you give it to them. Find your allies, trust in your talents, and don't be afraid to fight back. Because no matter how bad things seem, you're capable of more than you realize. And sometimes, all it takes is one person to believe in you to change everything. Thank you very much for watching. Please support me by subscribing with a like and of course write a comment. Thank you and see you in another video.